Here today with the legendary Leroy Philbrook, who a person I know very, very well. And Leroy is the Partnership and Community Engagement Officer at Positive Action in the Community, a fantastic charity. You might have heard of them being called PAC. PAC stands for Positive Action in the Community. So welcome, Leroy. Great to have you on.
All right, thank you for inviting me.
Tell us a bit about PAC then.
So PAC is a local charity that started in the year 2000. And at the time, there was a crisis, a homelessness crisis for young people in kind of Nelson and Pendle. And they just were kind of falling through the cracks with local community or the local council getting help. So a few people got together, they formed a charity, they bought a house in Nelson, and they got 4 young people off the street and started supporting them. And since then, 24 years later, this has grown into a very successful charity that works in 3 areas. It works in homelessness, where it provides accommodation through safe space and community support for young people aged 16 to 21 who might be homeless or potentially homeless in the community through the Homelessness Awareness, Prevention and Intervention program, the HAPPY program. But they also now provide support in the community and with accommodation for people affected by domestic abuse. And that's through their Be Free project. And then most recently, they've started a program called Evolve, which tries to tackle issues to be more preventative of the youth homelessness and domestic abuse. So they deal with things like mental health and well-being. They deal with working with younger children in like running a youth center. And they also deal with employability, because if people don't have employment and kind of financial stability, then they do tend to have more crisis in their life.
Okay, so that gives us a great view of what it is you do, who and the type of people you're serving, and the help that you're bringing. Who are you engaging with? Who are the businesses that you're engaging with? Not necessarily by name, but what types of business in this area are you working with and collaborating with?
Yeah, so we're looking to collaborate with businesses kind of that have either based in or have a footprint in East Lancashire. And we're very keen to work with businesses that really want to give back to the local community. We are working with key partners that give a lot of support to PAC. They have a lot of passion for the local community, like GB Integrated Systems. And also this year we're one of the CSR corporate social responsibility partners for Schofield and Associates, financial advisors. But we work with a whole range of businesses across East Lancashire, and we're always interested in meeting new businesses and doing business networking as well. And one of the things that we have coming up, which is really exciting, is we have every 2 years we have a big kind of blowout fun event, and we do the PAC Charity Ball. And this year it's on the 1st of November at the Crowwood Hotel and Spa, and it's going to be an absolute brilliant black tie event with entertainment, etc. And tickets are on sale now for that. So you can go to our website, which I'm sure you'll find a link in the post about this. You can go to the website, you can book tickets, and also we are still looking for a headline sponsor for the event. And tickets are £65. A table of 10 is £600, but a headline sponsor, including the table of 10, is only £1,500. So I think it's a bargain for any business that wants to kind of, shed light, help shed light onto what PAC does, highlight what we do, but also highlight their business as a partner. And they'd go on all the social media promotion, and they'd be able to be promoted at the event as well. And we're expecting over 200 businesses to be at this event. So it's going to be an amazing celebration of what we do in the community as PAC, but also an amazing networking event on the 1st of November.
That sounds like a great event and great value for any company getting involved at any level, especially that sponsorship package. So I'm sure you'll not be long selling that one, that's for sure. Good stuff. So for those companies that might be interested in getting involved working with PAC, what would you say differentiates PAC from maybe other options that they've got in terms of getting involved from a CSR initiative?
Right. Well, there are a lot of great charities around, national charities and things like that. But we are born in Nelson, and we are a local charity, kind of born and raised in East Lancashire. And we basically offer essential services around youth homeless, domestic abuse, and mental health and well-being. And we have become, over the last 24 years, really well known for basically being one of the best providers of those services in the area. So our reputation has grown and grown and grown. And so organizations that, work with us, they can be confident that any fundraising, any kind of giving will be going to, directly to helping these people that need help in the local area, but also they'll be partnering up with a charity that has an outstanding reputation of delivering quality work and helping people.
Brilliant. That's awesome. So what does the future look like, Leroy? What are the opportunities ahead and what are the challenges?
Yeah, so probably the biggest challenge for us is in a way, so we've grown and grown. So we're a local charity that works like a business with 1.6 million turnover. And we've grown and grown. And for most businesses, that would be a great thing to say, oh yeah, look, I've developed and grown. But for us, there's a tinge of sadness to it, because as we're growing, it's because there's an increased demand for what we do. So for example, in the areas that we work, we had before the pandemic, we had about 900 new referrals a year. And that is moving forward, that's grown during the pandemic. And it grew in the middle of the pandemic, it was about 1,500. But now, year in, year out, we're getting over 3,000 referrals of new people that need support in East Lancashire. And therefore, we have to kind of expand and grow. And this is where businesses can really help, because it does cost a lot of money to run our facilities. We have over 6 properties. We're accommodating, in a year, we have up to 80, 90 young people that are accommodated by us during the year. And at any one time, we have 33 young people that are living with us in the safe space at Pindle Rosendale. And that's 24 hours a day that staff have to be there. And also because we have a 24-hour service, we can't, we don't take off at Christmas, we don't take off on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and we also have to have on-call staff and second line on-call staff, so that there's always staff present. And this costs a lot of money, and the prices of things are going up and up and up. And we do get some funding from local authorities and some grants, but those are always tied down to specific things. You get funded for A, and you have to do A, and we rely heavily on businesses supporting us so that we can really, really focus on the needs of the community.
So amazing, isn't it? Sad that the demand is increasing, but great that you're helping so many more people.
Yeah, true. It's a double-edged thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Great. I'm sure lots of companies listening will be keen to get involved and help as well. So that's fantastic. One last thing, Leroy. What have your learnings been along the way? What have your learnings been?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about that, and I feel like I imagine in my role, I'm constantly trying to develop new initiatives, and it's like a continuous cycle of trying to, every time I go to a network event, I'm meeting more people and I'm trying to follow them up. I'm trying to, making sure that, if I commit to something in terms of meeting someone a certain day, and so I think it's very similar to what an entrepreneur or a businessman running their own business might feel, in terms of the to-do list never finishes. And basically, I've learned 3 things: that I have to really work hard to compartmentalize. This is work time, this is personal time, and you have to, and it doesn't happen automatically. You have to work at it. And then I've also learned that you need time off your work mobile. You need to have, when you go to bed or whatever time you want to restrict it, you need to turn it off and come away from it. And then I've also learned that you need to have maybe outlets of other things you do that aren't work related that help you to kind of not so much de-stress, although that's important, but just get your mind off it, think about something else. And for me, I do amateur dramatics. I do the backstage stuff, not the acting. I do the technical side, and I also do disc golf, which is a sport where you Google it if you haven't heard of it. But I play disc golf. I've been in a few tournaments, but I really enjoy on the weekend getting away and hitting a disc golf course and just forgetting about work.
So work-life blend, very, very important.
Yeah, definitely.
Makes you more effective as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you very much, Leroy. And I wish you all the best in the future. And I'm sure you're going to sell out those tables very, very quickly.
Thank
the
you
1st
very
of November.
much. And thank you so much, Mick, for inviting us on for this interview. Brilliant.
Absolute pleasure. Pleasure.
All
Thank
right.
you.